Hello again. So clearly I didn't do anything I said I would be doing this year in the 2021 video, but honestly this was a continuation of 2020, so you can't blame me, can you? Well, technically I did upload one episode of each series this year, which is an absolute win to me. Seriously though, I didn't want to do another video just explaining how I will magically stop being dead, so instead, this video will just be me talking about random subjects, some related to mapping, some not at all, so sit down, relax, and prepare to listen to robotic voice talk for 10 minutes as you enjoy the Lofi and Portal Gamma play. In any case, a status update. In my last video I was a bit wrong in my self-analysis, especially when stating that in 2020, I uploaded a grand total of 1 full Vana episode and 3 Agadir episodes, which isn't really a lot. In 2019, by comparison, I uploaded 4 Vana episodes, and in 2018, literally the entirety of season 1 in a span of around 9 months. Which is true, but the thing is, season 1 episodes were incredibly short compared to the more recent ones. Given that, for a lot of reasons, I have ultimately decided to end Vana with, quotation marks, just 20 episodes. The remaining episodes, which I refer to as season 2 part 2, will need to be longer, and continue the trend of episodes that exceed 1 hour. Therefore, it is natural that the production time is longer, even if the actual problem, in that I spend much of my time not actually working, which persisted throughout the year, contributes to most of the absurd waiting times. With this factor in mind though, and considering that it does directly cause the not working problem, because it demotivates me a lot, I have decided to use some lessons I learned from Agadir's teamwork experience in Vana. I summoned 8 volunteers to help me out by doing the most time consuming and migraine causing part of production. War slides. These lads started working this month and have done a lot of scenes already, which is great considering episode 17 in particular has a lot of war scenes. Originally they were supposed to start working in November to allow a Christmas release, but I spent way too much time making the new and shiny map, so it's still in production. However, this does mean that the new episode should be coming very soon. With that behemoth of a series out of the way, let's talk about Agadir. Nothing changed there, I'm just being lazy, but I promise I'm also working on episode 5, now that I'm free from Vana war slides, so that's going to. Also season 1 continues, having 8 episodes and season 2 will likely have 8 as well. And finally, Static. Unfortunately, I can't say much about it, but what I can say is that it is not unlike the other 2 series and that yes, I will continue it. And also that it totally deserves a video by Limino. With this status report out of the way, I will now proceed to present 15 fun facts and Easter eggs about Vana, since damn this series is almost 4 years old. What? Number 1, Vana episode 1, the original, was not my first mapping video. My first mapping video was actually uploaded in 2017, and it was basically Sarajevo but ironic. However, it was so terrible that I have decided to unlist its 2 episodes, but I'm putting links to them in the description. This is the first time I have ever mentioned them in the channel, by the way. Number 2. The Vana map wasn't made with the intention of becoming a series, it was simply meant to be a map to show that the EU4 map is terrible, which is kind of ironic, because that map was also terrible. Special thanks to Dodalulapeep for helping me realize that. Number 3, the original Vana script. As you can see, literally the first thing that I decided when creating the series was that Naples was to be the villain, for no other reason than being in a good position to expand. Other cursed things in it include France being horribly beaten in the 100 Years' War, the Timurids having a line, Delhi being allied with Bengal, what, a Moroccan colony in Tunisia and the Golden Horde killing Muscovy. Link for that in the description too if you want to have a good laugh. Number 4, I considering having a plague outbreak instead of this random mass earthquake to end the 100 Years' War, which would have been so much better in retrospect. Number 5, in this line, Venice is actually referring to the Mamluks planning to attack Byzantium, which only happened half a century later. This is because I actually planned the Great Mediterranean War to take place in episode 5, and the series finale war would be the War of the Leagues, wit. Number 6. I literally didn't know which dynasty would end up unifying Persia, but in the end it was good that the Mirazids won, because they were such a more interesting character. Rest in peace, by the way. Number 7. This war in episode 5 infuriated me so much that it was the reason I started doing the war zoom in maps in the episode after. Number 8. The Netherlands freeing themselves was actually just a big nod to Concordia. Some of you may remember him. It was through his Discord server that I got into the wider mapping community. Number 9. Sardinia's discovery of the Americas was originally meant to happen on episode 4, but eventually I realized that was stupid and pushed it back to the same date as in real life. On that topic, Venice was going to escape to America, and now I will not elaborate further. Number 10. The relationship between Bengal and Jaunpur was actually a direct parallel to the relationship between Byzantium and Rum, in that one of them died in battle against coincidentally similar empires and the other one avenged them, finally ending with the two uniting. However, Ganges was not in union like Anatolia is. Number 11. This line by Spain was actually meant to be a reference to Dharma from Proxima series for some reason. Number 12. Similar to the season finale war ordeal, the Great Russian War and the First Baltic War were originally meant to take place inversely, which is why Lithuania specifically mentions the North in episode 3. Number 13. The Great Mediterranean War could actually have been even bigger, as I planned Austria to fight France and Poland as well. Ultimately, this plot was recycled, as we all know. Also, I planned a Croatian revolt which didn't happen. Number 14. Another fact in the Great Mediterranean War, the Mamluks were supposed to actually vassalize most League of Cairo members and even take Rome, annexing it directly. Luckily, this was scrapped, since them taking Constantinople is already cursed enough. Also, canonically, the Mamluk Caliph had Venice in sight at their maximum extent in Italy. Number 15. Iraq, as many can tell, was actually a meme. It originates in a random mistype by Darth, the guy who wrote the really good diary entries by Giovanni Morosina's father. In universe, Iraq is also sort of a mistype, as the word Iraq was corrupted in Persian during the decades that pass in season 1. Iraq's dying line, in fact, was supposed to be "My name was Iraq, you illiterate," but I dropped that in favor of a more painful death. Additionally, Persia's death was planned since 2018. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed these random facts. If you liked them, I'll probably be able to bring some about Agadi next year. In any case, for the last part of the video, you may have noticed that many things I mentioned are related to my Discord server in some way or another. That's because it's actually a pretty active place and where I spend most of my time on. I always plug it when I have the opportunity to, but now I'll tell you why you should join it, and if you have joined it, be more active there. It's just such a fun place. Beast's obviously getting to know me and my series more. We are always hosting events and stuff, such as Hunger Games, Battle Royales, which we invented, this browser game we found recently, and even Minecraft servers from time to time, which have a surprisingly dense lore. There's one currently going on, by the way, and on that topic, do subscribe to the Veneto Times channel, which is the server's official channel. We drop content related to Minecraft from time to time, as well as other things. I haven't mentioned it before, because it's technically not only my channel, but do check it out regardless. Link in the description. Of course, the server invite will also be in the description. To be honest, if you are one of the 3 people who are watching this boring video and made it this far, and if you aren't in the server or are inactive there, you are exactly the person I want to see talking there and rising through the ranks. So if you did join through this video, make it so your first message is
Apple.
That's all folks, have a great 2022, bye.
Thank you.